Hi guys, welcome to Sementia Farms and my name is Fred. Today we want to bring you an honest and transparent information about the prices of eggs in Ghana and the demand for eggs in general in Ghana. I know most of you are thinking about going into poultry farming or you are already in it, and the numbers is what is going to drive your decision. Therefore, today we want to expose you to what we have been making and what has the demand been on this journey here at Sementia Farm. So stay tuned as we bring you this episode. Hi guys, welcome back once again, and I'm glad you sticked around to watch this video. By the way, as you already know, if you want to schedule some time with me, please go on the link below, click on it, and I'll be happy to talk to you more about your questions or anything that you have. But getting right into today's episode, I try actually going online to see if there is anything out there about Ghana, about the pricing of eggs or about profit in terms of eggs. And all what people say is it's a good business, it's a profitable one. But I know that alone is not enough for you to make the decision and go into poultry farming. And that's why I'm here to bring you everything that you need in terms of how profitable it is, how is the demand, and how are eggs even sold. So that before you make that decision, you have a pretty good idea of what you're getting yourself into and what your profit margin is going to be. If today is your first time even watching this video, please go into our playlist, which is the poultry in Ghana. And we have all the way from building a pen to bringing chicks in, the food, every course that you need to be able to get to this point where we are, right? So today we are focusing on demand and pricing, right? And before we even go into the pricing, we need to understand what are we selling, right? So the eggs doesn't come in one ship. The moment your bird starts laying, you know, their first, let's say 4 weeks, depending also on how good you feed them, but your first 4 weeks, they are not going to lay the standard eggs that you're going to have a good price for, right? So they're going to lay what we call the small eggs. So we have small, we have medium, and then we have large. So at this point, our birds are laying mostly medium and a few are, let's say about 10% small, and about, let's say 80%, 60 to 80% medium, and maybe 10 to 15% large. So in this case, when the buyers come to buy, we have to do what we call sorting. That's where we group them into various sizes, and all these sizes have their different prices. Okay, so talking about the sizes and how you're going to sell them. So these are a sample of eggs that we've brought out just to demonstrate for this video, right? So all these eggs were picked today, and what we do once we bring them together is sort of sort them as I've done here, right? So what you're looking at is what we call the large size. So this is definitely going to be like a double yolk, sort of an egg. So this is the large size. From here, I'm going to take you to the numbers, but I want you to understand when I say large size and what it means. So this is what we call the large group. So you're going to have a crate. So let's talk about crates. So crates has 30 eggs, right? So this is a quarter of a crate, right? So crate has 30. So you have to fill it. So in the video, if I mention one crate, I'm referring to this hole with 30 eggs in it. This is the smallest eggs. So your first week you're even gonna get smaller eggs than this. But at this point, our birds have been laying for about 2 months now, and this is the smallest we have now. I don't think they'll go beyond this. So this is the smallest one. So we're gonna have a crate full of small ones, and then we have medium. Let's show you. So this is a medium crate. Right, so this is a medium egg. If I compare a medium egg to a large egg, right, so that's what we're looking at. So medium and small, right? Okay, so now let's get back to the numbers. And now that you know what a large is, what a medium is, and what a small is, we can talk more about the numbers. And you guys make sure you have your pen and paper ready. Okay guys, so let's get into the numbers. So as I said before, when your birds start laying, you're not gonna have all these different varieties at the first week or second week. You're gonna have maybe small in the first week, and then as they continue laying, you're gonna have medium, and then gradually you're gonna have large size. When this happens, there's a strategy that we use, and I'm sure it's not only to us, other farmers also use as well. To us, it took us 4 weeks to start doing large, right? So what we did was we bargained with our buyers that we are not going to group them into small and medium, which has different prices, but we are rather going to call it unsalted. So the unsalted is that we put everything together. So you might have 10% of large, you might have 60% of medium, you might have 40% or 20% of small, and we'll put it all together and give it to you as one price. What about that? And that's what we did after our 4 weeks. For the first 4 weeks, the smalls were plenty, so we were selling it at only small price. From 4 weeks onwards, that means after a month, we decided to bring it together and do what we call unsalted. That means if you buy from our farm, we just give you every egg, whether it's big or large or small, at the same price. So let's go back to some of the pricing and the change in prices over the past few months. So the price in October that we came to meet for a small crate, so as I said, a crate is 30 eggs, so a small crate was costing us 14 Ghana cedis, right? A medium was costing us 16 Ghana cedis, and large was costing us 80 Ghana cedis. And that's how much we were selling it at. At our farm, we were combining all of this because we didn't have plenty medium and large to be able to make good money. So we decided we're going to combine all of them and sell them at a price of, I think, 17 Ghana cedis. So we are not selling them at a small, we are not selling them at a medium, but we are finding an average in there, and that's how much we were selling them for. So we started really getting a lot of medium, then we started focusing on selling just medium. But talking about the change in price, in November, the price was changed with an additional 1 cedi. So small now became 15 cedis, and then medium became 17, and then large became 19. But December, the demand was off the roof. So it also increased again from 15 to 16 and 18 and 20. So large, well, a crate for large was 20. Mind you, this is not the price that you're going to buy in Accra. This is the price that the buyers will come to the farm here and buy from us before they transport it to the big cities like Kumasi, Accra, and Cape Coast, and sell to the factories at various prices ranging from 23 to all the way to 28, depending on which neighborhood you're buying your crates of eggs from. But this is the price that we, the farmers, are selling to the buyers. So December, we were selling our unsalted for 18 Ghana cedis. So unsalted being missing the medium and the large together, and we're selling that at 20 Ghana cedis, right? And that has been the changes and the price now over there. So just to repeat those numbers again, the current price for eggs from the farm, small is 16 Ghana cedis, medium is 18, large is 20. And we are selling our unsalted, which is mixed, but because we've been laying for about 3 months, 2 to 3 months now, we have mostly medium and large. So we are selling our unsalted for 20 Ghana cedis, and that is the price that we have out there. If you're already a farmer and you're selling it lesser or higher, let's talk about it. Put a comment below. But I know always the price is dependent on your location and where you are. Our buyers are coming from Accra to buy from here, and it's about 9 hours, so they are considering transportation and so on. It will definitely differ if your farm is in Ebri or in Cape Coast, which is closer to Accra, or even if your consumers are right in the same city. So the price is going to vary, but let's be open, let's share it out there so that people can make a better decision on where to set up their farm and what their profit margin could be. Moving away from the price, and let's talk about demand. So demand is something that you have been asking me a lot about. am I gonna get people to buy? Egg is a hot cake. I think egg is, I don't know who imports egg, but egg is something that the country, as a country, the government doesn't import from anywhere. We actually export. We have people from Burkina and Cote d'Ivoire coming to buy eggs from here, right? So egg is the only thing that the government is not importing, but rather consuming what we produce here. So there is always demand for eggs. I didn't know this, but I also wasn't worried if there were going to be demand for my eggs. I knew that I wanted to do this, and when it gets there, I was going to find the market anyhow possible, and that's how I entered to it. But the moment we brought, our chicks were like 4 weeks, we started having people come to the farm to register. So don't forget that the birds are going to start laying at 20th week. 4 weeks in the line, people started coming to the farm and registering for these eggs. And that means that once they register, what they're saying is they're going to be coming here every month, and we can't sell to anyone. And they are going to buy every quantity that we have. So these guys started waiting till our birds started laying. And the first week we had egg and decided to sell, there were people here at the farm to come, buy, and take it away. So we don't even have to deal with the transportation of eggs breaking, we taking it from the farm to the town or anything. They come straight here. And now we actually have about 6 buyers that every week each buyer comes and buy. So what that means is that if a buyer comes this week, he has to wait for the 6th week before he can come for another egg. And this buyer is going around looking for egg everywhere. So if you're there and you're worried about demand, I can promise you that shouldn't be a stopper. That shouldn't be a barrier why you're not going into poultry farming. Go into it, and you're gonna solve that problem easily. People just need to know that there is a poultry farm here, and you have buyers like flooding your place to buy your eggs. I'm speaking from experience. If this is not happening to me, I wouldn't be telling you guys. But we've never run into an issue where we have to even call for the buyer to come. They know that every Sunday they come here and they pick their eggs. So every Sunday they bring their truck and they pick it. And the crazy thing is they're not even picking from just our farm. They go to several farms to fill the truck before it's taken to wherever city that you're taking it to, or even country that you're taking it to. So it's not gonna be a problem. Let's look at profitability in farming. I'm not gonna go into all the details about the food and the building, the structure, and so on, because I have all those videos there. And if you haven't watched them, please go into the playlist Poultry Farm in Ghana, and then you'll be able to see all those videos. Once you watch the cost of building this pen and for feeding the birds, you can now take this course and start doing your analysis on your own. But what I'm going to tell you is that after 4 weeks of laying, the 2,000 birds were making about 6,000 every week, and they were feeding on 10,000 every month. Yeah, so if you do your math well, that means that we are clocking about 24,000 every month, and these birds are feeding on about 10,000 every month, right? So let's say you're putting 10,000 down every month, and these birds are going to be laying for 24 months, right? So let's say I'm giving myself about 2 years, right? So that means that money is going to go into the 16 weeks of feed plus your cost of building the pen. But again, you don't want to take the cost of building the pen from just 2,000 birds, because after you dispose them, you're going to bring in new birds, and this pen is going to last for maybe, God knows, 10 years, 20 years, right? So you can't take it from just the first 2,000. So I will leave the math up to you guys, but what I'm saying is that, depending on your level of income, it is a good business that you can rely on. And if it's something that you're thinking about going in and thinking that this is going to be a profitable business, it is. Every business that has demand, their friend, is profitable. You just need to be a good supplier and know what your market is. So after having birds from day old till laying eggs till this day, my advice is, if you have the capacity and you have trusted people to take over, please go into it, and with care and proper procedure and not cutting corners on their feed and drugs and so on, you will definitely succeed. Yeah, so I hope this detailed and information is helpful. I know most of you might have questions. Please drop me a comment and I'll respond to you. But if you need to schedule a time with me and talk in detail, the link is also below in the description. Schedule some time with me and I'm more than happy to chat with you guys about it. So looking forward to hearing from you, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. See you next time.